All right, well, let's see if we can get this done. I put together, I think it was about 37 minutes, which was my first, I guess what you could call intro to my new channel called Leela Speaks. Um, Although it wasn't scripted, I felt like I did a pretty good job for the first time. I'm really not great on camera. I'm kind of a shy person when it comes to anything with like taking photos or being on camera. But due to some major life events happening, I feel like I don't have as much time as I currently, or as much time as I thought I did before. Um, yeah, it's unfortunate because I've always loved to write, and that's my main medium or form of art that allows me to express myself, but also keep myself sane. Um, Ever since I was a little kid, um, people would ask me, or like you get in front of your class and they would say, who who would you want to speak to if it could be anyone in the world. And I noticed that I always picked someone who had already passed, and it became like a little inside joke with basically myself, because I'm probably the only person around me that thinks the things I say are really funny and interesting. But it just always got to the point where I was like, why is it that all of my best friends are deceased? Some of the, all at that point, or almost all of the writers that I loved had already passed on, and that was something very profound for me. You'll get to know why the more we have these conversations, but my first ever best friend, when I probably was about 13, living in New Hampshire with my grandparents, and she ended up passing away. Very interesting story that I really don't want to get into right now. But that was just one of those things again where it's like, why is it that everyone I love either doesn't exist or has passed? Excuse me. As I said, it's super early. I've been trying to get these applications like repost to work, so that I can have my longer comment, or my longer I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So I can have my longer things that are going to come out in shorter time spans so that it hits a lot of different avenues and I'm actually going to be seen. Like I said, I don't have much time because I think we get like 10 minutes here. But let me just break something down to you. I had and have had some serious life-changing events. Um Ones that a lot of us either try to make it through and barely do, or we just don't. And I've always suffered um, with insomnia and very bad panic attacks. Um, I don't believe any of these things were chemically induced. It was more of the way I grew up and the extreme violence, neglect, and chaos my life was surrounded by. Although I was fortunate, I had an amazing grandmother and grandfather that without them, um, I would either be totally evil, which I'm not sure at this point whether that is even a bad thing, or I would have definitely not lived to this point. I mean, I never thought I would anyway. I just had my birthday 2 days ago, and I barely made it through that one. The reason why I am starting to explain these things to you guys is because I have no connection to my family whatsoever, by choice, outside of my grandfather. Um, I don't have any friends, I would say, outside of one, and we are having our own issues right now. So it was kind of like two birds with one stone. I'm like, okay, I have to get this shit off my back or I'm not gonna make it. On top of that, I've always, since I was a little kid, knew that I was going to be alone and that suffering was just going to be a part of my life. And if that is going to be the case, I want it to be worth something. I don't want to not wake up tomorrow and this is all I've done with my life. For what? All the pain, all the suffering, all the loneliness, alienation, just to piss off and who really